Hi, everyone. Thank you again for joining us at the SCV Law and Life podcast. Today we have Armando Leduc, who is the founder of Leduc Entertainment. Hi, Armando.
Hey, what
How are
is
you?
going on, man? Oh,
I know
dude.
you're a very busy guy, but so thank you for joining us today. I know you're all over the place.
I am a slave to my calendar. So if it's on my calendar, it'll get done. Great thing about these days is I've got a team that I can trust. And so I've been able to step out of the technician seat and really step into the CEO position, which has
Okay.
been just a really good place to be. And it's funny, you think about 5 years ago, right? And all of the things that you want to accomplish and the vision that you have. And a lot of the things that I wished for and a lot of the things that I planned for, I'm here now, right? And I totally don't stop and really appreciate where I am and how far I've come, and I'm actually living the life that I engineered. Because I'm always thinking about what's new and what's on the horizon. But
Right.
I'm happy to be where I'm at right now, which is great.
Okay, great. So let's start with give me a 2-minute background of some of the stuff that you want to talk about, what you do, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Oh, I can stream this to my audience as well. Didn't know
Yes.
that. I should have done that. Oh well, all good. So 2-minute background on me is I come from an acting background. Been doing television and film since 2005. Got behind the camera and really enjoyed that. Started producing my own projects creatively, comedies mainly. And then then I decided that I was going to rebrand and help, businesses. And I was doing everything from weddings and corporate events and the whole nine. And then in 2020, after COVID, I really just started dialing it in as to what my offer was and how it would help people. And we got into the legal space, and it's just been an amazing place to be able to help attorneys. We really understand this space a lot. And so we've been helping them with their personal brand and podcasting and content and getting found online and creating the authority and positioning and all that good stuff.
So I know you help with podcasting, you do coaching,
Mm-hmm.
you do some mastermind coaches.
Yeah.
So I know you gear toward just attorneys, or do you do other people too?
So we have a really big niche in the attorney space.
Okay.
Where I would say 85% of our clients are attorneys. And we've got attorneys all across the country, from personal injury, estate planning, immigration, family law, business and tax.
Mhm.
And so we help them either in the consulting space on how to create content, how to use social media, how to use a podcast as a lead magnet and as a referral partner strategy. And we've been fortunate to see huge ROI for our clients as a result of doing our process. And so it's something that we really love. We do a done for you system where we handle everything from coming in and shooting the content, editing, distribution, the whole nine. But we've been getting more into the consulting space and really enjoying that, really enjoying helping people self-actualize. Because I think a lot of times attorneys who are
Mhm.
really research obsessed and they're super analytical and they can overthink a lot of things. And we help them kind of just stop overthinking and start the doing. And sometimes people just need a coach to kind of, hold them accountable and push them out of their comfort zone. And as a result, they grow. I was just reading something today about confidence, right? And confidence comes from the doing and the action that you take. You can't read your way out of it. You can't listen your way out of it. You can't absorb a book. Like, none of that stuff is going to help you. When you take action, you putting yourself in those positions and you're going through it, that's where the confidence comes from. And so what we've been seeing a lot with our
Mhm.
clients is their confidence is growing as a result of doing the podcast, right? Creating content on social media. And they start to get these epiphanies and breakthroughs. And then once you realize that anything is possible and the lid just blows off in terms of what you think the ceiling is, then you can start operating more in an abundant way, and you can tap into energy that has been there the whole time.
Right.
We just haven't been able to reach it because we're just got self-limiting beliefs, or we're super analytical, or we're procrastinating, and all of those good words that stop us from moving forward.
Okay. Give me an example of a client that you can think of that really turned things around, what you did for them.
Oh, wow. So I've got a client in Fort Lauderdale, work injury rights. And her name is Stacy. She's a work injury attorney. She's also a mom. She's also a singer and a lead singer in a band, cover band. And we had been creating content for them on social media, which for her was, she wasn't having that much fun with the content creation of like the Q&A and answering questions about work injury. She knew that she needed to do it, and she continues to do it. But I said, Stacy, we should have a podcast for you. Why would I need a podcast? So, well, podcast allows you to talk about things that are important to you, things that drive you and light you up. And, and so she was like, okay, I like that idea. We're going to call it the Success of a Hot Mess podcast. Right. And she started it about a year ago. And it was just kind of slow moving at first, because she's just really unsure about it. Right. Why are we doing this? And I said, just stick with me. I promise you, you're going to see some major transformation. Because she was just like any attorney, really analytical, really logical, needs to know everything about what is happening at the time. And so now she's at a place where she owns her podcast. And when I mean owns her podcast, that she's stepped into the seat of podcast host, where she's just irreverent. She doesn't care. She's there. She's doing the podcast. We're inviting other personal injury attorneys to her podcast so that she can create referral partnerships with these PI attorneys, because a lot of these PI attorneys don't do work injury or don't want to do work injury. And so we've been inviting them on. They've been creating these relationships, and she's just in a different spot where now she's excited about creating content. She's excited about her personal brand. She's buying, different backgrounds to like really spice up her brand. And now she's noticing, like, she's getting stopped on the street talking to people about how they're watching her podcast. And she's like, I had no idea.
Wow.
Right. And so she's getting, but it took a year for her to really absorb it and really step in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, it changes for some people. Some people get it really quick, some people over time, but she's an example of somebody that we started with and that she's stayed consistent, and as a result has created referral partnerships. But more than anything, her personal brand is up, and people are recognizing her for that, and recognizing her for her show. And, they're tuning in, they're listening, and now people are wanting to be on her show.
I actually want to know who she is, because that way I can watch some of her podcasts, see what I can learn.
I'm going to introduce you guys and have her on your podcast.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. She can be on mine. I could be on hers.
Yeah. Then you can talk about, absolutely. You guys can talk about your journeys together.
Yeah. So do you miss acting?
I still act.
Okay.
I still act. So I finished a pilot. It's called Life of Bourbon. It's a comedy about Bourbon Street. And so it's loosely based on my life, but I play a character named Leo. He is the owner of a bar on Bourbon, and he also owns a marketing agency.
Okay.
And so some of the people that work at the bar also work at the marketing agency. And it is, I would say it's like Suits meets 30 Rock. So there's some drama in there, but then there's also, some slapstick comedy, which I really love. And I just finished the pilot. We premiered it a couple of weeks ago. And I was going to go and sell it at the American film market, but the way things are going in Hollywood, as far as streaming is concerned, I can stream my own thing and take 100% of the profits. So I don't need somebody to help me distribute it, especially like say it gets picked up on Netflix or Amazon and it doesn't have enough legs. It's just going to get buried along with all of the other projects, right? Unless there's somebody that's actively like pushing it. But if I can build it and build the audience myself and have, you know, a few 100,000 followers and, you know, that's watching the show, now I have leverage, you know.
I'd watch it. You just let us know when it's going to be, where we can find it.
Absolutely send it to you. It's a wild ride. You know, it's so funny when you put a project together, right?
Yeah.
For instance, you're putting your podcast out and you don't know how it's going to be received. You do the thing and, you know, maybe it's good, maybe it's not, maybe you have no idea.
Right.
And so I premiered it and there were like a ton of half of the room were people I didn't even know. And they showed up and they were like in it. And, you know, people are not going to, if people have nothing good to say about it, they're just not going to say anything, right? They're just going to, right? Your friends might say, you know, good things or whatever, but like these people at the end of it came up to me and made it a point to like say, this is amazing. We really love this project. Love what you did with it. I mean, and I was like, awesome. Love it. Great. So it gave me, you know, it was a nice inspirational boost to start working on episode 2, 3, and 4. You know, there's a lot of ideas. So,
okay. Well, good. So I know you're in New Orleans, right? Okay. So my month is Halloween. I love Halloween.
Yeah.
Does anything weird happen in New Orleans around this time?
Dude, Halloween here is like incredible, right? For the French Quarter.
Yeah.
If you've never been to the French Quarter, highly recommend it. But it's an amazing spot to come and, you know, just walk around the streets of the French Quarter. It's got this dark and, you know, mysterious vibe to it anyway. And people come in and there are Halloween parades and Halloween weekend here is just crazy, you know, with all of the costumes and people walking around. It's like Mardi Gras, you know. So yeah, it's a beautiful time.
Got it.
Beautiful time for sure.
Okay. So how do people get a hold of you?
So you can reach me at leducentertainment.com. You can also find me on all of the social media platforms. I'm super easy to find under Armando Leduc. So if you're looking for content or if you're looking to start a podcast and you don't know what to do, you can hit me up. If you guys don't have the time and just want us to handle it for you, we can do that for you too.
Okay. So let's talk about the podcast. When somebody needs to start a podcast, do you have any recommendations for them? How should they get started?
I think that they should just get started, right? So for instance, we're here on StreamYard.
Yeah.
It'd be great for you to just get on StreamYard, plug in all of your social media platforms and just go live, right? And start the process. I think a lot of people overthink the process because they want to be Joe Rogan out the gate. And I'm like, guys, it's going to be terrible when you first start. Like, that's just what it's going to be. You don't know. Like, if I told you, Mason, start playing the trumpet right now, how good would you be? Right? Like, you would have no idea, right? Luckily, you know how to have a conversation. Luckily, you know how to ask questions. So we're at least 40% there, right? Like, you care, you're eloquent, people can understand you, so we're good to go. I think a lot of people, they just overthink it, want to be perfect, want to be running before they can crawl. And I'm like, guys, just start the podcast. Right. We got to get the reps in. And so I created a nice little arc of the unconscious incompetence phase to the unconscious competence phase. So unconscious incompetence is where you don't know what you don't know. So it's about 1 to 3 podcasts, right? That'll kind of get you past that. Then you're in conscious incompetence. This is where you are aware of what you're doing wrong, but at least you're aware of it, right? This is about 5 to 10 podcasts in.
Okay.
Then you get conscious competence. This is where you're doing things correct. You're feeling more comfortable. It's still a little mechanical, but you're getting there, right? And this is around, I would say, 15 to 25 podcasts. And then once you're past 50 podcasts, you get to unconscious competence. This is where you're just doing it. You understand what's happening, and you're not thrown by it. You're becoming irreverent. So that's the arc that I would say that we found.
This is my 5th podcast. So I'm in the conscious unconscious.
You're in the unconscious incompetence phase.
Which
I would say, I would venture to say, like, this is not, it doesn't feel incompetent, right? Like it doesn't, I'm not sure how you're feeling, but it feels very natural having this conversation with you. And also we know each other well, right?
Yeah.
But which is why I would say, if you're starting a podcast, invite people first, right? Like, don't invite strangers to your podcast, until you're about 25 episodes in. Once you're 25 episodes in, then start bringing people in that don't know you, right? That way you're going to be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've talked before. I go to your mastermind programs online, which is great. I know you recommend books. I'm almost done with my giftology book. Now I'm got some ideas as far as what gifts I'm going to send to my power partners out here, just because of that, just because, your recommendation.
Yeah, it was great. As a matter of fact, I got to speak at the giftology group, and they just sent me some Cutco knives engraved, to the family, which I thought was really awesome. Yeah. So I got some nice Cutco knives.
So I got to find out about that, because I'm going to do that for one of the chiropractors out here. So I ordered one for me. So I want to see what it looks like, how it works before I do that. See what.
I'll connect you with these folks. Yeah, for sure. I love it. I love it so much, man.
Are you food? Do you cook a lot?
I just cooked some arroz con pollo yesterday. Yeah, I cook very well.
Okay, what is? Okay, you have to tell me what that is.
It's just chicken and rice, Puerto Rican style chicken and rice. So I also cook an amazing gumbo, if I may say so myself. I got the recipe from these New Iberians, Cajun country.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's a really good recipe, and it's getting cold, so it's about time to. I'll probably break out the gumbo here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I do. Most of my stuff is barbecue. Out here, it's a lot easier in Southern California. Weather's a little bit nicer. It's getting cold at night now, but it's still 60s.
Yeah, it's amazing over there.
Yeah. So let's see. So we talked about what you do. One of the questions I ask all my guests is, by the way, I'm not sure if you watched any of the podcasts I did before, is if you could go back and talk to your younger self based on what you know today and give yourself a younger self an advice, what would it be?
If I went back in time to talk to my younger self, I would tell myself that it's interesting, right? Because when I was growing up, I was made to feel like I was an outcast, right? Sort of the black sheep, and Armando, why do you think this way? And I don't blame anybody as a result, right? I'm just a different person, right? And what I realized, I read a book called Driven by Dr. Doug Brackman. And the book just talks about people like me that are driven, and like an insatiable need for more, an insatiable need for like growing and abundance. And not everybody's that way, right? Like, as a matter of fact, more people are not like that than are like that. And when I started going to these masterminds and connecting with people that have this sort of driven and insatiable need for more, I felt normal. And so if I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, is that what I'm feeling is normal. What my thoughts are normal. My visions and ideas and all of that stuff is completely normal. There was nothing wrong with me, right? And man, I could have done so much if I had someone telling me that it was okay to be who I was, right? And to live authentically myself. And so that's what I would tell myself.
That's a great advice. We can all use that even now.
Yeah.
Let's face it. That's why coaching is so important. You know, you help me with my podcasts. I've got business coaches going on. So yeah, you guys
Yeah.
all help.
I want to ask you about the mastermind and why you like the mastermind and what has it done for you?
So I've done mastermind programs before out here locally, and I've always liked it because you get a lot of people together and to share ideas, and you always pick up something. You always learn something. You know, like I said, from listening to you, you recommend books, which I've actually bought 2 of the books that you recommended. I finished with 1 already, but just the fact that people get together and share ideas and you learn stuff and you make connections is great.
Yeah, I love
I
it.
Yeah, one of the stuff I know you tell us is, you know, podcasting isn't just for you to be online. It's for you to make connections. Plain and simple.
And how has that helped you?
You know, I think it's helped me. You know, I've connected with a few people. Again, it's only my 5th podcast, so it can only get better from here. I still need to get more comfortable behind the camera. You know how it is.
Heck yeah. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. Love to
Still
see
trying
it.
to do my podcast and my videos and everything else. So it's going to take
I'm
a little
proud of you
time.
for doing it. A lot of people don't do it.
Thank you.
A lot of people
Thank
don't
you.
take action. So,
Yeah.
congrats to you on implementing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know. Do you still sing too, by the way?
Not as much. I just reached out to a band that I used to sing with. They play on Bourbon, and I was like, hey, I might just come down to Bourbon and sing one of these nights, just to get it out of me. You know what I mean? Because I do love it. It's just been when I sold my band, I just kind of stopped doing it. But yeah, when I can, I will.
Yeah. Why? Like I said, I know you're busy. You're all over the place. You just came back from Vegas, so
Going to Vegas. Oh, so check this out. See, I'll tell you a quick story and then we can go. I'll tell you a quick story about how podcasting can change your life. I was on a podcast with a girl named Whitney Lee. She has a PR firm and she has a podcast attached. She introduced me to a girl named Jasmine Jonte, right? Jasmine Jonte is from Phoenix, does online courses for entrepreneurs. I had her on my podcast. We connected. She said, you need to meet Glenn Ledwell, who runs Flight Club. And I was like, great. Met Glenn. He invited me to Vegas to the Mastermind Flight Club. Ended up joining. From there, they gave me the opportunity to run a speakeasy mastermind here in New Orleans, where I'm the speakeasy captain. I've made amazing connections. Wow. Met with a guy named Charles Bird, who has another mastermind called Flow. So he hires us to do all of his stuff. Went to Cabo, going to Austin, going to Cuba. Well, this past weekend, I was at the Flight Club Mastermind, met a guy named Carl, who does like bucket list trips. And he's doing an Antarctica trip in November. And he's like, I think you should come to this and obviously help us out, with your company, capturing footage and all of that. And I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? And so all of those things happen as a result of the podcast, because you never know who you're going to meet and you never know what doors are going to open. And the more people you meet, it just grows organically. And like, we're in a really good position as a result. I get to meet people like you, and it's abundant mindset and like-minded people that are growth-minded, and it's just been a good life.
And your podcast is called Spaghetti on the Wall, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You'll have to come on. We'll have to do it. I know you did Partnership for Profit, which is how we met you in the beginning.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. All right. Please tell everybody again how they can find you. I know you're all over the place, but just one more time.
Yeah, LeducEntertainment.com, and then all of my social media channels, Armando Leduc.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Mason. Appreciate it.